This is Dr. Aubrey Wallace, and this is the EOE report for this week, July 17th through the 23rd, 2023. Thank you so much for watching these. Please like and subscribe and share these with your friends so that we can keep them going. Last week, we were in a kind of strange reflection of a meteor coming down into about to hit this water field at about the third chakra layer of the page. And it looked like as it was coming down, it was helping us to get deep reflection into our remembrance of who we are. It also had looked like it might have magnified some of the scary got magnified last week potentially. This week, we have moved into a chakra 2 focus. So this week is a week about taking a risk. Step into your power, find your center, and step out and take a risk. You want to be creative, move, do something that maybe you haven't considered doing, or if you have considered but you haven't been brave. So this is the week. It's the week to take that challenge on and step in, step out, step up. All right, this week was a bit of a continuation of that last map. And so we had, what I saw this morning was a crater. It looked almost like a crater where maybe the meteor had hit. And there's a big hole in the earth. The earth portion of this map came through as the color of sage blue. So it feels like there's been kind of a knocking or a hole into that part of us that is as the expert of our experience. So the wisdom of who we are, the wisdom of our experience has this big crater right in the middle of it. And right at the second chakra level of the page, we see the base of that hole. The hole itself came in as the color of surrender to grace. So there's a feeling here to me of great, just not being knocked open a little bit here, probably into a sense of not knowing or the unknown. And in particular, in order to bring grace or because of grace coming through into our lives, this kind of a rupture of grace. There was a color of resilience of the heart also that kind of scraped through there on the base. And that color is about remembering what you're passionate about, remembering what you care about and what you want to see in the world. So I think this week might be a little bit of a disruption of what you think you know, and possibly you may want to leave a little grace there for some other space and some possibilities of passion, what you're passionate about coming up. At the base of this hole, though, there was this beautiful white light starting to emerge, and it felt almost like pure white light starting to shine up out of the bottom of the hole. So that meteor, perhaps the meteor is there at the bottom, but it looked almost like a star to me, shining this white unlimitedness out. And the color around that is the color of the demanding of the sacred. So it feels like there may be this white light energy demanding the sacred to us, starting to kind of rise up out of the hole where the grace has knocked a little bit of a disruption into us. Underneath here, you can also see we have pure purple. So I think there's actual change at the base that hole is maybe helping to open up, and the roots coming down into that change. So I think this process is rooting us into the real change at hand in our life, and that's on the physical layer of the map. So probably a real physical layer of change. And then this remembrance came in almost like the shock wave coming off of that. So I do think we're going to be kind of knocked into putting an attention on the grace, kind of bringing us to demanding of the sacred, bringing us into that in our actions, and hopefully rippling out a remembrance of why. There's also a pouring rain or sheets of rain in orange. So rain represents precipitation. It means that spirit is coming into matter usually. And this one feels a bit like a storm of the second chakra. So you might find whether or not you're having a little bit more spirit showing up in the layers of power and relationship and career. This week might be kind of feeling a little bit like a storm. The word whole came in, and H-O-L-E is in the color of evolutionary growth leap. And then we came in the color of superpower. So I do think there's an aspect of this that whole may be bringing us to join together with our we and connect with others that are aligned with us on that grace is going to bring us, and demanding of the sacred will bring us to the right we. Last part, I think for some reason that hole almost looks either like the devil card in the tarot or a little bit like a lamb, and I can't decide which one. But I think we might look at materialism as an aspect with that devil card, death and change. So you might look at, what are your values here, and what is grace asking us to do here and line up with. All right, take a risk this week. Good luck, and I hope I will see you again next week.